Situated on the opposite ends of both Europe and Asia, Turkey has for centuries been a vital global trade link. Whether it was manufactured goods traveling from the Far East towards Europe or gas and energy from Central Asia moving westward, many had to pass through Turkey to get there. And with the pandemic disrupting global supply chains and shipping costs, the opportunities for Turkey are growing. Bakutbilisikars reports.
In the past few decades, Turkish infrastructure investments have been focused almost exclusively on its automotive and airline industries. But in the last 10 years, it has doubled down on railway projects, which are expected to be particularly profitable, given Turkey's strategic location.
We are like a bridge, geographically bridge. In the eastern world, you see those huge geography starting from Georgia to China, and the western world from Bulgaria to UK and Russia. That's a huge geography, and we are in the middle.
Since being inaugurated in 2013, the Marmaray Tunnel has been providing a direct railway connection between Asia and Europe, while also dramatically reducing travel time for a large number of passengers in Istanbul. In the last 4 years, the bakutbilisikars railway has also complemented a major part of what's known as the Middle Corridor. It starts in Turkey, passes through the Caucasus and traverses Central Asia all the way to China. Now, the government is also developing a logistics centre in Kars. The centre will carry out all custom clearing procedures for trains coming from outside of Turkey, with the country poised to become a logistics hub. This project is significant, especially in an environment where international transport links have been severely restricted during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Kars Logistics Centre will be able to serve the entirety of Turkey, but also connect countries in the region. According to some attendees at Logitrans, an international logistics conference that Turkey hosts every year, interest from foreign investors in the railway industry has also been on the rise.
We are seeing a huge demand, especially from European railway operators, railway freighters as well. And apart from that, of course, we see the serious support from also the European-based financial institutions.
But the road ahead is still long. Turkey's ambitious plan includes lines that will connect industrial production zones to commercial zones in the country. The projects only started in the last decade, as between the 1940s and the early 2000s, no real investment was made. A developed railway industry could help Turkey not only become one of the world's logistics centres, but also increase employment while easing congestion in Turkey's main cities. Bakutbilisikars, Strait Talk.
And to discuss how Turkey and Azerbaijan's cooperation could impact global trade and logistics, I'm joined by Murat Karatekin. He is the CEO of Pacific Eurasia, and Natig Jafarov. He is the director of ADY Container at Azerbaijan Railways. Gentlemen, welcome to Strait Talk. It's good to have you on the program. Murat, let me begin with you. Has Turkey become a logistics hub, or there's still a long way to go?
Well, given the targets in hand, Turkey is already, a major hub, but given the targets in hand, which is to geometrically double the capacity, every single passing year, So we have lots of, distance to cover. Yet again, Turkey is turning out to be a major, larger, more sophisticated logistical hub. And it's going to be more and more strategically important. And it's going to be essential, in particular for Central Asia, further and further. We're getting there.
Okay, so what plans does Turkey have in order to set itself as a major corridor for trade and logistics?
Well, we have in hand this Green Mile, scheme that we need to comply with. In line with this Green Mile, strategy, global strategy, Turkey is taking, immense steps towards it.
What is this Green Line?
Well, this is basically to minimize your carbon emission as far as transporting your own goods towards another country and, inner transportation as well. So it requires a further, let's say, transportation means, and in particular, those means that are, respectful to the environment. So there's too much, I would say, investment to do, and the project is being revised and revised again because every single, let's say, half a decade, the targets are being revised by half.
Sure.
But in line with that, Turkey has made sort of a progress, and so as far as our transportation, railway transportation from Turkey to west and from Turkey to east,
Yes.
going all right.
So, Natig, how has Bakutbilisikars Railway changed trade dynamics in a broader region? I mean, is this project, which kicked off in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, will be expanded further?
Yeah, the BTK line has opened in October 2017. Since that period, several trial shipments were done. Of course, the role of the Turkey in global logistics content, considering the fact that it is a geographical position and has access to the 3 continents, of course, it contributes a lot to the development of the Bakutbilisikars railway line. And from statistical point of view, I can say that it has the rapid increase in 2021. Almost in 2021, we have transported more than 20,000 containers and about 200,000 cargo by the conventional covered and other wagons. And of course, couple of years, Turkey has developed a lot of good projects within the continent, and the BTK line will give the access to this project, connecting the Central Asia and China, and also even the Russia joining to this route.
So where does actually Azerbaijan stand when it comes to Turkey's ambitious projects?
Well, well, when we kicked off this project, putting railway transportation towards east, and we realized that we needed an epicenter. And we thought that the epicenter would be, let's say, more Central Asian countries, but we realized that the actual epicenter is supposed to be a good collaboration and the communication with another country on the BTK line. And Azerbaijan was, half of this epicenter, and it turned out to be very fruitful, honestly speaking. So it still is, but our collaboration is, getting larger, deeper, and more sophisticated. Having said that, BTK line is Turkey's integration towards Central Asia, China, Russia, and Southeastern Asian countries, but it will also be in the very near future Turkey's logistic integration to Japan, South Korea, and all other Far Eastern countries.
So, Natig, following Azerbaijan's decisive victory in Nagorno-Karabakh, both presidents of Turkey and Azerbaijan have expressed their commitment to reopen several corridors in the South Caucasus. What's the latest on that, and how viable is opening new corridors, new trade routes in the region?
Well, I would say it's increasing rapidly. Like we can showcase, say, the Fizuli International Airport opened recently, and within our block train, Turkuaz block train, we have delivered our first block train to Karabakh and to Zengezur. So that was also symbolic. It was wheat seeds. So delivered to the liberated areas to Zengezur, and it was planted in these areas were cleaned from the mine.
So it was a symbolic move at first glance, right? So Murat, how would new corridors opening help restore relations and revive regional economy and peace, let's say? What kind of benefits it would bring along?
Well, I mean, just taking Turkey's, let's say, trading, let's say, interaction between Central Asia and Turkey, for instance, that we are delivering, as far as export is concerned, highly valued export goods, whereas we obtain very critical raw materials where the country is in need of. And this is a very healthy let's say, commercial habitat in line with these routes. But we need to, widen up these routes, and we need to, insert Pakistan in particular, India, and then all other southern eastern, Asian countries where we consider as just net exporters towards Turkey. We would be able to balance our trading, but we need to manage that, parkers as well.
So, following the United States' chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan, the country's future now hangs in the balance. So, do Azerbaijan and Turkey cooperate to help Afghanistan in that sense?
Yes, as I mentioned, the BTK line contributed a lot of development of the East-West corridor, and now Turkey has a direct access to Pakistan and the Afghanistan market via Azerbaijan territory. Recently, we have made one block train. It was the cargo belongs to a World Food Program. So we delivered from the Turkey via BTK line. We crossed the Caspian Sea to Turkmenistan, and from Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan to the Termez station. From Termez, the containers will be delivered to Afghanistan. Okay. So that contributed a lot, of course.
So it brings in a lot of countries. But I mean, how has China's Belt and Road project encouraged countries to invest more into their infrastructures, and what kind of investments does Turkey need?
Well, I mean, when you refer to a sort of Belt Road initiative, it refers to the huge volumes. So that aligned with those huge volumes, you need to double up your infrastructure capacity so that you will be able to meet up this Belt Road demand. In addition to other strategical transportation that we are already delivering, to Central Asia, Russia, and these southern parts of the Central Asia as well. So I mean, it's going to take time to meet the demand in hand. And it has other bottlenecks. For instance, the transloading, as far as middle corridor is concerned, is being done, twice, not once. First one is in between Kazakh and Chinese border, and it's already congested. And then we have another transloading activity in between Georgia and Turkey. It's another bottleneck. But compared to what China and Kazakhstan, need to, invest to, boom up the, let's say, middle corridor capacity, it is considerably negligible. But,
so there are challenges.
Certainly, it is, life is challenging.
Okay, gentlemen, unfortunately, we'll have to leave it here. Thank you very much for joining us on Strait Talk.